Hello.
Hello. I really wish we had our I love my technology.
Do we love our technology right now?
I don't know. Come on.
Hello. Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Okay.
Wonderful.
We've got phones. We've got the whole thing.
Arco, Vidor, Jacob, Thorish. How are we doing? We would much rather not be working on vacation, but we are here and we are vibing. How are y'all? Thank you for tuning in. My computer completely died, so we are running everything off Courtney's laptop. And what is that?
I always try to say something and then I'm like, so thank you for your patience in advance is what I was going to say. This is different. It's very different. Yes. We are on vacation right now. And yeah, Ashleigh's computer is currently at 6 hours and 21 minutes remaining to update her laptop because she opened OBS and it kept crashing. And so we thought, well, we'll just do a reboot then. And then her computer just wouldn't start. So thankfully I have OBS on my computer.
That's right. Clever. It is a different type of candid.
Oh, hello.
Hi from Sunset Park, Brooklyn, where it's hazy AF, 95 degrees. That sounds really rough.
That does sound rough.
Alan, thank you so much for letting us know it sounds clear.
It is cozy.
Roll. Wait. Cozy? That's right.
We were a little prepared when we did the one at NAB, and that one was...
Yeah.
That was stressful.
It was. So we are going to do the best that we can because my computer, we had everything set up and my computer literally went down.
She said bye.
Like 10 minutes ago. So we were like, oh, what do we have on Courtney's laptop? So, yay!
Yep. Yay! And all of the assets were on her laptop. Yay! But we will persist.
Hi, Uma. We were lurking in your stream last week. We love your emotes so much.
Also, since we only have one computer, I'm reading this way. So if I just keep leaning over and squinting. Oh, that's a little bit.
Is that better?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, good.
Here you are.
Love that. I can't see him, but don't want him to feel left out. You know what?
No, that's fair.
Uma, thank you for sharing those emotes, which I see it. I see it dancing.
Which are you?
I'm here.
Okay, good. We're here.
Anyone that's new, hi, I'm Ashleigh. This is Courtney. We are CA in LA, Courtney and Ashleigh in Los Angeles, and welcome to the Cinema Collective.
Welcome.
Jacob, how did the rest of your series go last week? Please make sure that you go back and check out Jacob's series, Art Maxing. It was so cool to watch you interview and watch you get behind the scenes with so many different artists and creatives process. And the banter was wonderful.
Also, the title is just so fun. Art Maxing.
I know.
I love it.
Hi, Winter.
Hello.
How's it going? Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome in.
It is 11:04 in California, and it looks a little bit different because we're joining you from vacation. And it is going to be like 96 degrees here, I think, later, but we have a pool outside, so
after this, we're wrapped out. We're jumping in the pool.
Jacob, of course, it was so wonderful to see you hosting, and then, go check it out. I took the Photoshop exam and passed. There you go.
Hey, that's
Congratulations.
amazing.
Love to hear that.
Do you feel prepared?
And do you feel relieved and ready to tackle Photoshop at large? Hopefully.
She's a doozy, but she's great.
She is. Okay, we're going to switch over to slides. Okay.
Here we go. Yay!
I am going to...
We just need to celebrate.
Knock out of some of these because this is a lot happening.
There is a lot happening.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Marco said hello just in case. We're glad you're here. Welcome in.
Unstoppable. That's right.
We like to think so.
I'm off the next 5 days. It's going to be 100 degrees, so I'm going to enjoy the AC indoors.
Yeah.
Absolutely, as you should. Because, my goodness. We miss you. We're really glad that you're home.
We do miss you all.
And thank you for keeping us posted.
Yes.
Okay, so last week, we asked y'all to tell us your favorite summer memory. What's your favorite summer memory?
It's not necessarily a memory specifically, but it's more like an event. My dad and his friends and their kids, like we were friends with all their kids, that we would go on a giant family vacation. for 2 weeks. So we went to Arizona, we went to Maine, we went to Kentucky for some reason. I don't know. But we went to all of these places, and they were some of the best times that I had.
Love that.
I read a lot of books. We went horseback riding down a canyon, which was really cool. I mean, I got severely dehydrated and I was just like throwing up for most of it. But, you know, it was a really great time. Just that one trip, though, that I got really dehydrated. But the family vacation I just love a lot.
You have such a way of storytelling. Yeah, it sounds like a fun time outside of the dehydration.
Yeah, I mean, that part was not good. And I was told to stay in the camper and just slowly drink water. And it was the first and only time I've ever been dehydrated to that degree. And it will never happen ever again because it was truly awful. But the family vacations were just a lot of fun to hang out with friends, read books, and like travel in a camper while you were just like we were gaming. And it was a good time. Anyway, what's yours?
That's right. I do think that you should watch the beginning when Courtney welcomes the stream, Chris. It was a doozy of a moment. I would say that a very fond summer memory for me was I'm very fortunate that my parents would take us to Myrtle Beach every year. And just me and my siblings getting into all of the trouble that we got into, because there's like a lazy river and then there's a pool and there's the beach, and we all would go down in shifts, and usually at night we had an activity, whether it was like going to one of the shopping plazas to see fireworks or going mini golfing, but we all were just natural antagonists to each other, and
that is the truth.
That is where we really got to be antagonists. So if someone was talking to like someone of the opposite sex because they liked them, we all were posted up being really annoying. So that was fun. Yeah. No dehydration.
As is your duty.
Yeah.
As the eldest.
Absolutely. There was one year that my sister brought this stuffed duck, and we all just took turns hiding it around the condo, and my parents got in on it, and then they yelled at us. They yelled at us when my sister got mad, and we were like, did you forget that you were the one that hid it in this case? And they were like, well, no more. So
great.
That's that. My parents loved Myrtle Beach. Natural antagonist. Yeah, that's
so
what has
the
to
pool. Winter for you, it's swimming at the pool. What are anybody else's? Also, snowballs and like summer camp. Summer camp just has to be a favorite for me too, because I swear that's where we met but didn't meet.
Absolutely.
So that's up there too.
Courtney and I grew up really close to one another without knowing each other, and we swear that we met in summer camp because we went to this really niche summer camp that like literally no one has ever heard of, and then we were like, oh my gosh, you went to the same.
Yeah, I have seen you before, but I can't place it. So we think that that's it.
Yeah.
We're choosing to believe that that's it.
That's the story that's going into our memoir, and no one can tell us otherwise.
That's right.
Just playing in the woods and building stuff was my favorite part of summer.
Yeah. There was this really big patch of woods near my house that they've since cut down and put a school there. But we were back there filming a lot. And I miss those days too. More trees.
Yeah, more trees. Hi, Umo.
How are you doing?
And went there so much, got tired of Myrtle Beach. I feel that. Me and my siblings kind of just went for the essence of tradition. Not really because we liked Myrtle Beach, but I do miss it. I haven't been back since like 2016, so it's been over a decade.
So we're going to go as adults.
A decade. Yeah. We're going to go as adults. Camping and family reunions and summer jobs.
Oh, yeah.
I loved getting off my terrible summer job and being like, I'm going to the ocean. And then I would drive 3 hours to just sit on the beach. It was great.
It was great.
It was just a easier time.
Indeed.
Okay. Thank you for answering. So our chat question for y'all is, what is your go-to movie watching snack?
I don't have we're watching a movie, let's grab a snack. It's just, I guess chocolate for us is always a given. And then it's just whatever dinner, because that's the only time you and I really watch movies.
Yeah, I feel that. I did love when we got popcorn and Milk Duds and put the Milk Duds, like
in
melted.
popcorn.
It was delicious.
So good.
Really hard to chew and get out of your teeth, but
it was delicious.
Simple. Okay. You say popcorn simple, but are you a butter person? Do you like putting the powdered toppings that are sometimes off to the side on your popcorn?
Are these kernels that you put on the stove, or is it a bag? Because some people are really particular about that too.
That's true.
Sometimes they take their bagged kernels and put them on the stove. So
that's true. I've never been able to successfully do that without lighting the bag on fire.
No. Sorry, they dump the kernels they don't just set the bag.
I remain that I've never been able to successfully do that with a group of people without setting it on fire. Mostly because there's always that one person that's very passionate that they know how to do this and it's a family tradition. And somehow every time I'm in a kitchen where there's a fire, whenever there's kernels on the stove.
Is it a gas stove? Because that's guaranteed.
Honestly, don't even remember, and that's okay. Chris says slushy icy if at the theater. Winter popcorn with peanut M&Ms. Ooh. I don't really
chocolate there, yeah.
Snack with movies unless I'm just eating dinner. Good for you, Thrish. That's watching a movie is like I'm a monster.
It is prime snack, I think.
Spicy monster. Jacob, if we're super, super specific at theaters, popcorn order, side of jalapenos.
Oh.
And go with the nachos, pour the juice and the jalapenos in, shake it around, killer stuff.
Okay, that sounds so good. Love
Jacob,
my popcorn machine. You have a popcorn machine?
I love the specificity, and I love how you've arrived there.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And Young, you have a popcorn machine. You are very serious with the popcorn, and I really respect that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A popcorn machine. Maybe we should think about that. We should also think about a milk dud machine. Just imagine.
What?
And it's like, and the dispenser is a little duck butt. And so then it's like, okay.
You are so edits we all are subjected to now.
I know, apparently for Odyssey, they say it's starting right on time, so don't delay getting into the theater. We'll see about that.
That's good to know.
I know, it's too...
We will carry on.
Am I okay to drop out of some of these?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You can do Photoshop.
Do you want me to save it?
Just, you won't be allowed to quit until you save it.
So save?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here.
No. It'll be faster if I just do it.
Okay.
There you go.
Does any movie start on time? That's a great question. Yeah, a duck
Not
butt
our
dispensary.
streams.
Think about it. Yeah, a duck butt dispenser of milk duds. It feels proper.
It reminds me of the Barbie wolf
dog. Yes, that's exactly it.
Plunk.
Okay. I'll stop rambling about milk dud dispensers. Things that you should watch. Dancing with the Stars. So this is the next pro. So this is weekly on Mondays, and the first episode premiered on Hulu yesterday, and it's about 12 dancers competing for a professional spot on Dancing with the Stars. So it's really interesting. We're seeing from the opposite realm of, instead of it being about the dancers or like the celebrities, we're actually watching what it takes to be a dancer on Dancing with the Stars. So that's interesting.
That's cool.
Lucky, season 1. This has Anya Taylor-Joy in it, and it's for fans of Killing Eve and Presumed Innocent. When a multi-million-dollar heist goes sideways, con artist Lucky is forced to go on the run. Pursued by both the FBI and a ruthless crime boss, Lucky must fight for her life and a way out. This is July 15th on Apple. There are 2 episodes out right now, and then the rest will be released on Wednesdays. The duck butt would be a good dispenser for Cadbury mini eggs. See? Chris, great idea. You're absolutely right. This would make bank around Easter time.
At least they're wrapped.
Not the mini eggs.
They're not?
No, they're in a massive pack.
Oh.
Dancing without the stars, Umo says. That's exactly it. Ride or Die. This is season 1. I'm really surprised. This does look very buddy comedy.
It does.
And 8 episodes, they're all available now, but best friends Debbie Claiborne and Judith Burton, I love its full names here, thought they knew everything about each other, except Judith turned out to be an international assassin when a mysterious figure emerges. Both of their worlds are turned upside down. This is available on Prime today. There's 8 episodes, and it's been described as Ted Lasso meets John Wick. But, like,
what?
They try to be, like, really intense, and some people are like, yes, it lands. And then other people are like, I don't know. But listen, Octavia Spencer and oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name.
Hannah Waddington.
Waddington. It seems like it would be really good. I agree, Mo. A Hershey Kiss dispenser like that does sound great. You'd need a goose
Noted, the dispensers have taken off.
Yes. See, I'm telling you, the dispensers are a lucrative thing here. Everyone thinks that you just get a plain old dispenser, but no, think about what you're dispensing.
That's valid.
Yeah. Like, if I had a cookie dispenser, I would get, like, one of those big heads that are at an oddity convention or, like, a carnival, and it would just be like, bleh, and then it would be on the tongue. And then you just, like, had to pull the ear.
Imagine a no chewing allowed dispenser.
See? Yeah.
That'd be great.
Adorable. Interesting description, I know. I think the actual place where Hershey Kisses come from, judging by the taste. LOL.
Oh.
Umo. Okay, Mark by Sophia. This came out in theaters last year. It's an A24 film. This is a documentary about Mark Jacobs, done by Sofia Coppola. Yes, that Coppola. An intimate, unconventional portrait of Mark Jacobs, crafted by Sofia Coppola to capture the genius and singular universe of the iconic American fashion designer. This is available tomorrow on HBO Max. You can rent it now, but why do that when you have HBO Max and you're already paying for that? That comes in at an hour 37. I'm all for these dispensaries. Winter, maybe we need to just do like a design stream where we talk about dispensers, because I do think that this is lucrative. I'm glad it's on the BBC, just for old mentions of history, really hyping it up. There is a sports ball game today. I'm taking it. Okay, The Hawk. This has Will Ferrell. I know, some of your favorites. But this is a comedy, and it is 10 episodes available on Netflix on Friday. By Friday, I mean Thursday, tomorrow. Follows Lonnie Hawkins, 2004's top golfer, as he struggles to recapture his magic late in his career, refusing to believe he's anything other than one stroke away from golf's greatest comeback.
I wonder how far into comedy this leans. Like, is it going to be Blades of Glory, or is it going to be Barbie?
I heard, based on the internet, that it's Righteous Gemstones and Arrested Development like.
Oh, interesting.
So in more of the humor of Will Ferrell.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. 10 episodes, all available tomorrow. Heartstopper Forever. This is a feature film that is wrapping up this series, coming in at an hour 54. It is a rom-com. Nick and Charlie are in love, but new challenges lay ahead, with Nick getting ready to leave for university and Charlie taking on new responsibilities at school. This one's on Friday on Netflix. One of the funniest things I've heard about this film is that it did premiere in Los Angeles this week, and one of the leads was saying that it's really awkward to see this on the big screen because there is an act that is happening. And he's like, and my mom's just watching me receive this on the big screen. Bless you.
Thank you.
So.
Oh, yeah. No. Receive this.
Receive this gift on the big screen. So that was a really funny part of the Q&A.
Oh.
And something that you just like don't think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
They Fight. This is a sports drama coming of age that's based off a documentary from 2017-2018. Walt Manigan, reformed ex-con, returns home to rebuild his life and coach a DC-based team of teenage boxers. The director is Sheldon Candice, who also did Love and Naomi. Naomi is a TV series. Fun fact about Love: I actually brought that film to my nonprofit film organization in Baltimore, and we got to host the Baltimore screening of that film back in
really cool.
2012, 2013.
We love that.
Really love this director, and I'm excited for this to be out on Hulu on Friday.
I kind of don't like the episode dumps. Prefer a few or one at a time.
I agree with that, Winter. I really like having something to look forward to weekly, and even if a series is like binge model, if Courtney and I like it, we'll only watch one episode a week and use that to be like, okay, cool, Tuesday night we've got this show to watch, just to pace ourselves.
It also holds us accountable instead of spending 4 hours watching TV. Like, if we're done with streaming, we need to wind down. We'll say, okay, we're going to watch one thing. We already know that it's a Wednesday, and so it's going to be this episode, and then we read or do other things.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes.
The World Cup is wrapping up on the 19th, so by the time we see you next week, it will be over. There are only 4 teams left. Man, we've been following this since June 11th, which is pretty wild.
It is wild.
The teams left are Argentina, England, France, and Spain, and these 2 teams that will make it to... We're going to watch first, second, and third place. So all 4 of these teams have at least the game today and then a third place game if they do not win their respective match. Steve and Julia, how's it going? Yeah, I really try to stick to the 1 episode a week type thing. I feel that.
Which is why it's so nice when multiple shows that you enjoy come out, because then you kind of just get to curate your week.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, and you're not burning out on one concept like too soon. You have something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. The kickoff is right after this episode, so Umo and Chris are really excited. Winters for Argentina. I hope that whoever plays doesn't get hurt and that
just has a good time.
They put on a real theatrical show for all of us.
That's right.
I know they will. So in theaters this Friday, and possibly earlier depending on where in the world you are, The Odyssey. This is coming in at 2 hours and 52 minutes. If you haven't seen it, don't look, because spoiler alert, this has not been out as a book for years.
A really long time. Can't help you.
But this is Christopher Nolan's film that has historically and famously been no budget. He had a blank check to make this, and we still don't know how expensive the film is.
I need to know.
Critics estimate that it's about 350 to 400 million. What do you mean?
Oh my God.
On one movie. So
I feel like they need to get box office numbers in first.
Absolutely.
And if they...
I know.
3 hours.
Coming in at 3 hours, and I know 3 hours, and there was rumors of them potentially putting in an intermission. I don't think that happened. So
naturally we're going to go see it
3 hours
in theaters.
Just
everyone wear a diaper.
Don't drink anything. No icy for you, Chris. Just kidding. So this film is a documentary. Got my Odyssey tickets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I know, the price tag, 350 mil. I feel that.
It's insane.
I remember Avatar was 3 hours and a good 30 minutes could be cut. Yeah, isn't that frustrating when you're like, ugh, cut it. They could have spent some of that on armor design based off the trailers.
Okay, so you don't think that... Do we not think that it was time period correct, or do you just think that it was flimsily done?
Flimsily done.
Yes. No extra large drinks. That's right.
I learned today that Calgary is one of 40 theaters in the world that has 70 millimeter IMAX streams. That's right. There's only 40 theaters in the world that can actually play this film in 70 millimeter the way that Chris Nolan intended it.
Speaking of, has anybody seen what AMC is doing with their 2 extra screens? Has anyone seen a movie that way? Oh, it just looks awful.
Don't love it.
Chris, you do have your CA diaper.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, no extra large drinks. Be prepared. If it's going to net $1 billion, I do agree that this will net $1 billion based on all of the promo campaigns that they've done. Yeah. For sure.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, for sure.
Did we hear about the armor drama? No. Okay, someone explain what is happening. What happened?
So this film on screen, American Pachuco, The Legend of Louis Valdez, this premiered and won awards at Sundance 2026. It comes in at 1 hour 32 and is a documentary. This is limited, what is it called? Release, mostly in Los Angeles and New York. Chronicles the life of the pioneering godfather of the Chicano theater, tracing his journey from migrant farm worker to a revolution playwright and filmmaker. It highlights how Valdez utilized his art to mobilize workers and bring the Mexican-American experience into mainstream pop culture.
Hello, Willie. Looks kind of meh, not sure about historical disease, Odyssey. Sure, but there's a time period in which it's set in.
Totally.
Is The Rock letting him use his IMAX theaters? Arco.
It's the rocks and only the rocks for Moana.
Okay,
What's up, Willie?
RC Nolan reached out to a specialized armor designer, offered a ton of money. He did the work and got ghosted by Nolan or no. Oh my God. Nolan moved on with a cheaper, faster designer, which is a contributor to why the costume design isn't great. It was rushed. How do you have a blank check and costuming, which is kind of like the whole thing? It's one of the only practical elements you have, and you don't do it well? You rush it?
And they got ghosted by Nolan? I don't love that. Okay, thank you for that tidbit, because I'm going to dig into that. That's annoying. I got to see Oppenheimer at a true 70mm screen in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I really wish I could see Odyssey, but there's no true IMAX near me anymore. I'm so sorry. Yeah, like, it is very frustrating that when you have these films, I know that they're very expensive to make and they're not making many of them, but we want to see them. We want to see them as the filmmaker intended. We got to see this problem on a smaller scale with Sinners, and Ryan Coogler explaining why it's important to be able to see aspect ratios as the filmmaker and cinematographer shot it, because when you start crunching and fixing aspect ratio to screen in a traditional theater, it does change the experience. So I do wonder what is being done about this, if anything. Borderline, this is coming in at an hour 34. This was really difficult to look up logistics for. Again, this is a limited release, but there are two films, one in 2026 and one in 2025, completely different storylines that came out. So if you are looking this up, be careful. The other Borderline is supposed to be a romantic comedy that is about...
different.
It's much different. It's a rom-com about a very famous pop star in LA who her number one fan breaks in and is like convinced that they would be perfect together. And I was like, that's a rom-com? That sounds like a horror.
Yeah, I don't think we... Okay.
But this is about a group of ex-U.S. military joining forces with political operatives to siege cities with abducted Mexican gang members, expecting criminal chaos to ensue in order to gain support for radical political agendas. Okay.
Why go cheap on the costume, especially with the Odyssey? I agree.
With
a blank check. And like I said, when most of your work is going to be blue screen, green screen, VR walls, whatever it is, your costuming is one of the only practical elements you have. So you like lean into that. That's crazy to me.
That's right. All right. Again, in limited, Horse Girls, because nothing is actually being released to compete with Odyssey, which is interesting. But Horse Girls, again, a limited release coming in at an hour and a half. This is a comedy drama as her mother, Sandy, grapples with an uncertain diagnosis. Autistic 22-year-old Margarita must reluctantly grow up. Lauren Mehring is the director. In other news, Sam Neill has passed away, and rest in peace, fam. He's well known for his roles in Jurassic Park, Possession, and Event Horizon. I've never heard of Possession or Event Horizon, but we have heard of Jurassic Park.
Yes. Rest in peace.
There was a trailer that was dropped on Monday for a film called Digger, where Tom Cruise is indistinguishable.
So he's going for an Oscar?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know. I loved Sam too. I'm very sad to hear that he passed, and Jacob knows Possession. This is a really iconic film.
So big fan.
I saw, but I haven't seen. Yeah, very sad about Sam. So this film, we don't know much other than the most powerful man in the world embarks on a frantic mission to prove that he's humanity's savior. Again, no one really knows much more other than the trailer that's been released, but this is expected to be very heavily in contention for awards in Aradu's next film. Excuse me. Andre Zawoski, Polish director. Dude is insane. Movie is insane. Director's nuts. Okay, Jacob highly co-signs this. How scary would you say that this film is for people that are scared of, like, the dark?
Me.
Yes, big R.I.P. to Sam Neill. Batman 2, I had no idea that this keeps getting delayed, but it's been delayed again until February 18th, 2028, which will be about 6 years after the original was released in 2022. Matt Reeves, as a consolation prize, did share some footage of Robert Pattinson returning as the Dark Knight, and it will have actors Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan, Charles Dance, Brian Tyree Henry. This extra time is to help with post-production because there is a lot of work that needs to be done in post-production. Take that as you will, that they're delaying it even further. So IMAX is partnering with Goer Dynamics and IMAX China in a partnership to create the world's first IMAX branded in-vehicle entertainment system.
What?
Combining advanced acoustic architecture with a 4K HDR flip-down display to bring premium cinema experiences to autonomous vehicles as a third living space.
That was a whole lot of words.
I know. It's the fact that they're calling vehicles a third living space, guys.
They're trying to make sitting in traffic sound a little bit better.
I saw this and I was like, what do you mean? Why don't you just make more IMAX theaters? Okay. The modular system is set to...
Because people aren't distracted enough. But anyway.
The modular system is set to enter commercial production by the end of 2026, with Goer Dynamics and IMAX co-marking it to premium Chinese automakers. Yep, I know. How long are these people in the car for? I saw this in Westworld. I know. I saw
That's
this
so strange.
and was like, absolutely need to present this because what do you mean? In other news, the movie theaters at large have experienced the highest grossing year since 2020. So this is great. And trying to break it down, they're like, cool, we had Project Hail Mary, Michael, Obsession being a $750,000 indie film that ended up skyrocketing at box offices. So this has given studios more of an incentive to back, are you ready, original stories instead of relying only on established IP. But I would like to note that the three highlights were Project Hail Mary, Michael, and Obsession, which Project Hail Mary is from a book. Michael is the story of Michael Jackson, and Obsession is a original film. So take that with what you will, and then add on Backrooms, which you know that theaters and studios are saying, okay, let's scour Reddit and see if we can find anything that's similar to recreate Backrooms. So as usual, another story that maybe we're not getting the full picture of studios, that maybe the success is due to the originality.
No one can afford a house, so just have to convince people that car is enough. That's right. You hate to see it.
With all of that, it's going to be my first living space. Nah, but I'm out.
Yeah, right.
Think of the queues for people to use your car, though. It'll pay for itself. Yeah, no one can afford
a movie in my vehicle.
No one can afford a house to just convince people that car is enough. You're not wrong. Okay, and these are a couple of the new releases with tech aimed at streaming and at film. So Hollyland Milo P1 just came out. This is built specifically for content creators, streamers, and musicians. It is a wireless mic system that pairs with a condenser and dynamic capsule. It is using the existing technology of AI noise cancellation, 32-bit floating point recording, and 132 decibel max SPL to make sure that your audio is clean and distortion free. And it also features this impressive gigahertz range and up to a 40-hour battery life. All of it is entwined in a case that it comes with that charges it, and it's bundled with a mixer, earbuds, and remote. That mixer can plug right into whatever device that you're using, whether it's your phone or your computer or an iPad. And we are testing this out in the next couple weeks, and it retails at $400 USD.
Woo!
Sony RX10V is aimed at creators as well. The Sony RX10V is a bridge camera that is paired with a fixed, which means that you can't remove the lens. 24 to 600 millimeter Zeiss lens with a new AI-powered Bionics XR engine, which helps with stills and tracking and video. So again, the benefit, a pro and a con, is that it has an unmovable lens, but it is a lens that goes 24 to 600 millimeter. This is a little bit pricier than your normal beginner camera, but it does offer photography and video for the new creator. And finally, in gear, we've got the universal cooling system from Tilta. This is surprisingly really, really affordable at about $50, but it's using thermoelectric cooling and the aluminum heatsink to pull heat away from your cameras, especially during the summer months, being outside. All of your gear rapidly heats up. So this is a really, really great solution. I haven't seen any tests for it yet, but it is awesome that there is a built-in display that helps display the temperature, and it has different modes of like quiet or cool down to like really make sure that your gear doesn't overheat. And again, really affordable price point. Hollywood already makes a lot of that. Yeah, totally. Okay. And my last bit before we jump to Courtney is updates on the Warner Brother and Paramount merger, which it does seem handy, doesn't it, Thrish? Okay, so in case you didn't know, Paramount Skydance won the Warner Brother Discovery merger for $111 billion. This is one of the largest, if not the largest, in media history. And on Thursday, April 23rd, Warner Brother shareholders, against everybody, voted to approve the company's acquisition. Mm-hmm. The acquisition currently is scheduled to be complete by September 30th. If Paramount is unable to close this deal by September 30th, they will incur up to $650 million per quarter in fees. This still remains subject to regulatory approval. I know.
We're fighting for the EU to step in.
That's right. Steven, they're still doing that?
Yes.
Oh, they are still doing that.
And that's because people are fighting them on it, as they should.
That's right. My poor laptop overheated using it outside to get some fresh air.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Okay, so here's where we're at right now. Paramount has threatened to leave California and go to Tennessee. And this is specifically because there is a lawsuit. I'll get more into that lawsuit in just a moment. But CEO David Ellison was like, me and my family have deep ties with Tennessee, and if California is going to threaten us rudely with this lawsuit, then we are going to move our spending and our studio out of the state of California. So this is kind of like their leverage on the state of California, because California is who led this lawsuit along with 11 other states: New York, Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, Oregon, and Washington. And they have sued to block the merger. And they filed this in U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California with a request for preliminary injunction to halt the deal. Now, what that halt would do, I'm going to just jump here. It's essentially a temporary restraining order that halts the deal immediately so that this can play out in court. If granted, Paramount would be blocked from completing the deal for the time being, and the company is definitely going to appeal to this because of how much $650 million in fees they would be responsible for. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like California and 20 other states. Yeah.
Yes.
There's 12 states total.
And naturally, Tennessee isn't doing much that is helpful right now. So, of course, that's the place that they would.
Yeah, Wade says they're not leaving, but they might move the business for now. It's all so wild.
It is.
Yeah, it came out right before the lawsuit was announced. So we know that they definitely have knowledge of the lawsuit. And they have made concessions with EU and EU's regulatory systems to try to sell off children's programming and the other demands that the UK made. But the reason for this lawsuit...
Their news stay separate, I believe, was the other one.
Yeah. Yes. The reason for the lawsuit is the states argue the merger would create a monopolistic media behemoth, raising prices for consumers and hurting theaters, TV distributors, and worker wages, concerns that specifically New York, Arizona, and Minnesota raised. They claim the combined company would capture over a quarter of every dollar from wide release films and basic cable. Paramount counters the lawsuit, misreads antitrust law, and misrepresents industry competition. So, Stephen, I also was very surprised that Georgia was not in on this. Mm-hmm. But I am very intrigued to see how this continues to proceed, because there is a lot of threats that are flying left and right. And where are we going to end up?
I don't know.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to get Courtney primed for loading in.
Okay, so yes, I'm going to be going over a couple of things. Is anybody aware that Adobe just released a generative media tool in Premiere Beta? a simple yes or no works. Also, Thrish, last week, they have added a star wipe, and I demoed it just for you. It was perfectly absurd. I'd be very surprised if they actually moved in anything but name. Yeah, I mean, if it's enough of a threat to get the job done, then does it really matter? That's something Ashleigh and I have talked about a lot. Like, does it matter if they actually do it? Okay, Steven, you have. I saw it and appreciate you. You got it. We don't need a merger, aka job lost. Absolutely. Them even trying to say that there aren't going to be any job loss is absurd, because we all have seen what happens when mergers happen. Generative tool, yes, Wade, I know, but it has been released. I am going to, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Show you how it works. And as always, if there is any feedback you would like to send to Adobe, please do that. For some of our connects, like, we'll find different threads that are happening and seeing the discussions and sending them so that they're also aware of what's going on. So please always send feedback. And if this tool, I'm going to show you a couple of other effects as well, because I am super excited about one. But even if you don't want to use these tools, Adobe stock is always available to you, and I will show you how to access that as well. So not everything needs to be generative, which is why I'm thankful there are so many other tools that are integrated within Premiere for you to stay in app outside of generative things.
You just have a lot of privacies on.
Do it over here, or in Chrome. No clue how it works, just learn Photoshop. Yes, you did. And Photoshop is a really big thing. Like, jumping from photo to video, they're all very nuanced. So respect for Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop since 2011, and even still, there's so much in there that I'm sure can be done. I mean, the creators of Photoshop, Premiere, all of them, none of them really know all of the intricacies, I'd imagine, simply because there are people working in different departments, which makes sense. Oh, this class. Well, it's okay. We're here to help you learn with Premiere right off the jump, or at least answer some of your questions. So while we're here, if you do have any, please feel free to ask, or if there's something you would like us to go over, we're more than happy to do that. So what I'm going to be going over once we get our... Oh, are you going to lose your chat? Sad. I've got the phone over here, though. So you'll be able to still see.
Okay.
You let me know when you are ready.
So I'm going to pull this up. Which one? This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to go here.
Cool.
Cool.
You're such a great finagler, Ashleigh.
You're a great finagler.
Oh, thanks. All right, we're going to trade places.
Okay.
Okay. I will not see you, so Ashleigh will be our chat reader from the phone. And okay, 11:44. Cool. So let's talk about this media tool first.
Okay, we need to just really quickly do this. One sec. There we go.
Cool. Okay. So I've got my lovely example of Dancing Friends. I figured it's summer, so it just made the most sense. But here's how this tool works. So as we have object tool or object mask and all of our fun little tools on the bar, there is a new one at the bottom called a generative media tool. This is in beta, not in Premiere at large. So if you'd like to try it out, please make sure you are in beta. So we're going to click this, and then on our timeline, let's say we want to generate video. This matters. So if we want to generate video, we want to make sure we are operating in the video layer. And if we want to generate audio, then we want to have it in our audio layer. So I'm going to just click and drag. So the first thing you see is we have these ribbed items at the back. That means that it will not be able to generate that length of time of media, but it's okay. You can just let go, or you can bring it back if you want. And the first thing that it's going to do is it goes to Gemini. That is what is auto. But what I like about these is, one, it tells you what's commercially safe, which is Firefly Video, which is Adobe's, and other models that are already built as partners within here. So you know immediately what's commercially safe and what isn't. So take that for what you will. The next
is we have our 1080 or 720. There have been talks about upping that quality, moving from 2 to 4K, but that may be a future thing. We'll see. If you would like it, please ask for feedback. And then we have our aspect ratios. We have widescreen and vertical. I also think there have been discussions of people wanting very specified aspect ratios, and that may be in the future as well. And then we've got our 4, 6, and 8 second generations here. What else is very good is that they're open about how many credits it is using. So for instance, if we want to only operate in commercially safe, we just went from 80 to 500 credits. That is a huge jump.
So note that if you are doing this work for a client and you are having to generate different options, what was the difference?
80 to 500.
So for how much video are you generating?
This is for 5 seconds.
So 5 seconds automatically jumps to 500 credits. That is wild.
It is wild, but it's also good to see that currency. So then when you are working with a client, you can charge accordingly, or on your sheet say, we only get 3 rounds of generations for this. And yeah, so keep that in mind. I will show you audio as well, but we can also choose our frames. So first frame, meaning wherever it has dropped my first frame. So this is going to be what the video is generating after. So it needs a reference point. It doesn't need it, but you could just type your prompt in. But if you want it very specific to what you already have in your sequence, then choose your first and last frames. But I don't want any of this, so we're going to get out there. And audio is a little bit different.
So when you drag that, what are you generated? Are you able to prompt it?
Yes. So here, I'll show you. In our video here, I describe what I want to generate. That is where I can put my prompt in. Or I could just generate, if I wanted to do only a couple seconds at the back, then I would use my first and last frame. Let's say, like maybe I just wanted this video to extend a little bit longer, or you can start from scratch.
The places that you would use that are if you are, let's say you're editing somebody else's footage and it's an interview or they're getting B-roll and you just need to have a stable end of shot, but the camera person is moving. So what you can do is you can cut that original end part out and you can drag out the part that you really enjoyed of the B-roll. For example, if it's like a skateboarder, you can drag out the tail end of that skateboarder and get a couple extra seconds instead of it being the camera generating or you having to create this really weird slow-mo situation to extend that B-roll footage.
That's right. And because I'm trying to do audio right now, it is not cooperating, but you will get the same prompts up here, except it will be less credits. These are going to be 10 credits automatically, no matter how long or how short your audio clip is.
What type of audio can you generate?
I believe it's WAV, and again, I can't show you because it's not showing up right now. But,
yay!
WAV, MP3, yes.
Totally. So is it music?
Sound effects, music, any of it. And it'll have you choose between your models as well. So that is the tool. But if you do not want to use this tool and you don't want to leave Premiere, please do not worry. So what I'm going to show you, if you guys are not familiar with Adobe Stock, it does require a separate subscription unless you are going to be working within their free items. But if you don't have it, so we're going to go Window, Adobe Stock. What they've updated in here is that your account will be easier to make payments on. So if you are using something that is not free, you'll be able to check out right within this panel here instead of having it kick you out to a separate website. Okay. Let's clear my filters and let's start from the jump. So Adobe Stock, yes, we have videos, templates, images, audio. The same thing that you can generate with the media tool also exists in Adobe Stock. So if you are uncomfortable with that, I highly recommend looking at this first. Something to note in our filters, if we're going to search our videos, exclude Gen AI content. This filter exists in all 4 of these, which is chef's kiss. I love that they have that. Then you can also sort through only free content. So if you don't have Adobe Stock, a plan with them, then you won't even see any of that other stuff, which is wonderful. The only free content does not exist within their audio tab because there is no such thing as any of their free audio. So keep that in mind. But you can search and find and get very specific with what it is that you're trying to find and then be able to sort through the options that they have, which I think is great.
Very, very handy for simple things. I agree with that.
Very, very, very handy. So if I were to exclude the free content, and let's say I want to search dancing, then what you're going to see if you do not have free on there is we're going to see a little crown sign. That means it is something that is within the Adobe stock plan that you'll only get a free trial for. So preview, or the download will be a free trial because this one has the crown on it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Crown
Wonderful.
free trial.
Yes, that's right.
It's like, here for you, Queen.
For you. Okay, so let's jump out of here. So again, Adobe stock, please look at it. The generative media tool is not something Ashleigh and I will ever use, but having Adobe stock for assets, we used to go on all these different websites and find all of these different sound effects and assets if you don't just make them yourself. So Adobe stock is great, but also make your own because they're fun. We find many of them on stream and I'm like, that was a good one. We should record that. But anyway, let's show you one of the effects that they have. And I want to talk to you about compound blur, and I'll show you how to use it. I think this one is so cool. Actually, before, yeah, we'll do that. So compound blur is a way to change the depth of field of your footage, meaning you either have all of us, Ashleigh and I, and our entire screen in focus, which we are right now. And if we're going to play with depth of field, maybe it'll change that the microphone is the only thing in focus and we are completely blurred out. Compound blur is going to allow you to affect those different types of assets, which is really great. So I'm going to use this example of these dancing friends. This will never be me ever again, I don't think, but they look like they're having a good time. And so since we're moving from this video clip to an atmosphere, I kind of want to treat it like we're zooming into this girl in the center here, her like point of view, and she's just really in this dance party, minding her own business. So the first thing I want to do is object mask her out, which we've gone through. And to have object mask be as good as it is so alarming.
Arco, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank
we
you
hope that
so
your call
much.
is wonderful, and thank you so much.
Absolutely. We love you dearly.
Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you so soon.
We'll see you soon. Okay, so I've got enough of her arm. Yeah. Okay, great. So now let's track her forwards and backwards. What I did do first is I duplicated this layer. So I just selected option and then dragged up. So these two layers are exactly the same. And the reason I separated them and masked her out is because I want her to be removed and I want everything else to get blurry. So these two tools in conjunction are really powerful and can make videos really dynamic. So I've done this and I want to make sure that this mask right now, it is unassigned. So it doesn't know what you're trying to do with it. Are you trying to make it move? Are you trying to rotate it? Are you trying to remove it? That's what we're trying to do. So we want to make sure we drag it to the opacity. Let's delete this one. Okay, let's turn off the bottom to make sure it actually worked, which it did. She's minding her own business. Okay, so then, I'm just really about people minding their own business, obviously. Then what we want to do is we want to add a compound blur to the bottom layer. So if I go into my effects, compound blur, and I can just drag and drop it. What's really important too is that even though you drag it onto a clip, you still have to select the layer that it's affecting. So blur layer, we want to do video 1. We don't want video 2.
Winter asks, are these edits non-destructive? Like the original stays the same?
Correct.
That's right.
Yes. It's very much like a smart object in Photoshop. I don't know if you've covered those. If you haven't, they're wonderful, and I can also go over those one time if you want to see. So video 1. Okay. Let's make sure I didn't put a... Okay. So then, now that I have this, I'm going to blur the background a little bit. But I think what I want to do is keep it the same, and then in the middle of the video, that's when I want to start changing it. So this is going to require a little bit of keyframing, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So if I want to keep it the same, and I'm going to start here, right in the middle-ish. Then blur amount is at 10%. Let's take it to 0. So we want to start at 0. And these little clocks or little timers right here, those are your keyframes. So if I click on one, we can see that in this, it's already added one, and I don't have to keep clicking them. As soon as I make an adjustment, another one will populate. So I'll show you what I mean. So it's fine. And then maybe we get to here, and then I want it, actually, let's drag it back a little. Maybe I want it to blur to 13. And then we get to the very end. And now I want to blur it 38%. So those keyframes have already populated for us, which is beautiful. So let's just see what it looks like. So we start normal. And then they start to blur, and now she's the only thing in focus. Can we see that difference in there?
I can. It's very subtle.
It is very subtle because I didn't want to drag it. I guess I could drag it to
Yeah, I would say do it extreme.
And be careful how much you are blurring because it can fall off and it'll look real silly. For example. But especially in an environment like this where there are a lot of different things happening, the fact that it can object mask as clean as it did and create an effect like this, I'm really impressed by. Can we see that difference?
Yeah, so like right there, it's also almost creating something in post that you didn't get during production.
Exactly. So in a story mode, now we're zooming into what's going on with her specifically. Our eye is now drawn somewhere simply by using an effect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always amazes me what these tools can do as well.
Yeah,
totally.
And I only have 2 minutes left, but I was going to show you a chroma leak, which I talked about a little bit. As always, in every effect that you are working in or filter, make sure your playhead is right in the middle of that transition so you can just use your arrow keys left and right to actually see what those things do instead of watching it in real time because it could be so subtle that you don't notice it. But yeah, and so now we're in her world, wherever she may be, and then we transition to this galaxy because maybe she's having a really good time. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, so the compound blur paired with the object mask is such a game changer in the world of effects and editing. So that one's very cool and one of my favorites.
Yay.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Yay, we did it.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud because as soon as Ashleigh's computer went like this, we were like, oh.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for being here. We really want to go over favorite summer movies. These are some of like fan favorites and the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So we'll definitely go over that soon. Our next episode will be next Wednesday, July 22nd at 11 a.m. Pacific, right here, which will be episode 8. Isn't this wild?
I cannot believe.
And our week 7 challenge is to tell us the song of your summer. You can jump in the Adobe Live Discord and let us know there under active shows in CA and LA, or you can just let us know in the comments below. Make sure that you like this episode.
Please.
It helps Adobe see that people are watching, people enjoy it. Let us know what you think of these episodes. If you would like to see more or less of things, you want to see more Courtney tutorials and less about me yapping about the merger.
We're all yapping about it and we love it. No,
yes. And happy birthday, Courtney.
Thank you.
Yay, you were born. You're born. It was her birthday on Monday.
It was.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thrish, Umo, Steven, Uma, Clever, Winter, Young, Jacob, Winter,
Thank you all so much.
Uma. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm Ashleigh. This is Courtney. Adobe, thank you so much for having us. This is the Cinema Collective on vacation. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. Please make sure that you get some naps and snacks and go out and get a little bit of sun. Just a little bit.
And apologies for the clunky and without an end screen.
Yes. Thanks, Chris. And happy birthday, Courtney.
Thank
It's
you.
going to be clunky. We're so sorry. Jacob, thank you so much for doing an incredible job. Wade, thanks for being here. Ohana, thanks for tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday, and then we'll be back on the CA in LA Twitch stream on Monday. We will see you so soon, and thank you all again so much for tuning in.
Love you so much.